I am Dana Malcolm with Rashid Ehsan. This is your evening edition of Top Stories for Friday, December 22nd, 2023. Coming up, it's the news that matters most.
There is always a savings and a smile in every aisle at Sunny Foods. With locations near you, you can shop wholesale or retail for groceries and other essentials for your home or your business. Visit Sunny Foods in Five Keys. Sunny Foods now at the Blue Hills Roundabout. Sunny Foods in Grand Turk has 2 locations in West Road and Back Salina. Sunny says no one beats his prices. No one.
Questions are now being raised about the length of time it is taking to get offenders to trial following the court's declaration of its intent to consider bail applications for several men. All of the men have either been held for gun possession, drugs, arson, wounding, or other violent offenses. It was court correspondent Wilkie Arthur who broke the news. By law, the court must consider applications for inmates as bail after they've spent 6 or 9 months on remand. Plea and directions hearings must be called within 2 months. It is unclear why the cases are taking so long to be called to trial, but the DPP's office is currently experiencing a shortage of attorneys. Royal Robinson Jr. has pleaded not guilty to wounding with intent after he was arrested by police this year, having been suspected of intentionally using his vehicle to run over a former employee. The matter is now going to trial, and Robinson faces life in prison if convicted. Magnetic Media is your news leader. Still to come is Rashid Ehsan. He has top stories from around the region. The power of attraction. Magnetic Media.
You can always find what you're looking for and what you need at Quality Food World. Shop retail, shop wholesale. Quality has the brands you know, the brands you love. Always quality. Big savings every day. And remember to look out for sales for even bigger savings. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays through Saturdays. Open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. On the 5 Keys Access Road. Quality Food World, a prime trading company.
It's now time for your regional top stories. I'm Rashid Ehsan. The World Health Organization WHO pre-qualified a second malaria vaccine for the prevention of malaria in children. This means larger access to vaccines as a key tool to prevent malaria in children, with it being a prerequisite for vaccine procurement by UNICEF. This comes following advice from the WHO Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on Immunization and the Malaria Policy Advisory Group. This is the second malaria vaccine pre-qualified by WHO. Christian nonprofit organization Food for the Poor hosted a virtual campaign to help restore a school in southern Haiti damaged by a 7.2 magnitude earthquake in 2021. 602 students, teachers, and staff will be impacted, says Food for the Poor, as well as an anticipated enrollment of up to 850 students. The campaign, called Building Dreams, debuted on December 11th and will help rebuild the school in the second part of a 3-phase construction project. The Pfizer vaccine for the coronavirus is now available in Jamaica, says the Ministry of Health and Wellness, after the U.S. government donated 45,000 doses on December 13th. The vaccines will be available to all members of the public for both initial vaccination and booster doses, and the ministry is urging citizens to get vaccinated to protect themselves. Recently, the World Health Organization announced that COVID-19 infections are surging globally. You're listening to Magnetic Media, the power of attraction.
There is simply nowhere else in the Turks and Caicos Islands that you can find such a wholesome variety of your favorite fresh foods. There is simply nowhere else in the Turks and Caicos Islands that you can find such outstanding service. And there is simply nowhere else in the TCI to answer your every food craving in a chic, comfortable, centrally located store. That's a place you can trust. Number 1 is Graceway IGA. Fresh, service, trust for over 20 years.
An investigation will be opened into social media site X, headed by Elon Musk, for allegedly breaching the European Union's new Digital Services Act. The European Commission announced the investigation on Tuesday regarding the areas of risk management, content moderation, dark patterns, advertising transparency, and data access. A company can be banned from operating across the EU if it is found to have breached the law. That is it for this edition of news for the Christmas season. So all of us here at Magnetic Media want to take the time out to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. We will join you on the other side of the new year. I am Dana Malcolm. Thank you for joining us, and the news is free to share.